Today we will be testing the Insync index indicator. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the Insync index indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 628 indicators, with 255 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Okay, so today's indicator is the Insync index indicator, and you can see it here on the bottom of the screen. And so there's a few different ways that you can use this indicator according to the creator. So the first would be that you would look for the oscillating line to cross up above the upper line here, the upper band, which is the 95 zone, the number 95 area there. And then you would also look for that oscillating line to break down below the number 5 area or zone or line right here. Up above, you would look for it to break above and then come back down, crossing back down below that 95 level. Below, you would look for it to break down below and then cross back up above that 5 level. That would be a short signal above and a long signal below. But you'll find that sometimes some indicators, especially oscillating lines, with Forex, they tend to not be able to move quite as much as they do in other markets, if that makes any sense. And so you will see these oscillating lines sometimes set up like this. And if you scroll back, you can see that almost never, unless there is an extreme event, extreme volatility in the market, like this massive candle right here, that didn't even drop it below the 5 level there, but as it rebound right here in this massive move to the upside, it actually crossed up above that 95 level there. But if you look, almost never does it do it again. And so, like I said, you'll see that sometimes. Anyway, so back to the other way. The other way that you can use this is the dotted lines here at the 75 mark and the 25 mark. And so the creator said that when the oscillating line crosses up above that dotted line and is still below the 95 level, that is a sign of momentum in the market. Momentum to the upside, to the long side. And when it crosses down below that dotted line at the 25 level and is still under or hasn't broke below the 5 level, then that is momentum to the downside, to the short side. And then lastly, since it is an oscillator, you can also look for divergence, and so areas where price action is making lower lows, but the oscillating line is making higher lows, basically. Something in reverse also the same, and so that divergence you would look for there. Okay, so before this gets too long, the way we are going to test it this video, we might test it another way, is we are looking for that break of the dotted lines. And so again, when the oscillating line breaks down below the dotted line at the 25 level here, the lower one, then we are going to go short. When the oscillating line breaks up above the dotted line on the upside at the 75 level, then we are going to go long. So let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get out of it this way. Alright, so the first signal that we pick up is a short signal right here. I marked this one, but then I realized that it was on December 29th, so it hadn't quite started the new year yet. And so I went ahead and erased that one. We'll look at this one here, short signal right here, and immediately we get a strong push back to the upside there, which would have stopped us out on that one. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, then we pick up these 3 trades right here. They're all short trades. First one here, we enter, get a nice push to the downside, getting us to our take profit, I think on this bar. Then we pick up another signal right here, kind of a continuation type deal. We get a little bit of a pullback, then a nice push to the downside, which got us to take profit, I think on this large bar, which then leads us to this one, another continuation. We pick up another short signal right here and another really nice push to the downside there, getting us to take profit one more time. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the testing. That way things don't get too long, and we'll pick this up when we're at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. Hit this in focus. There we go. Let's go ahead and count it out and see what we get. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So we have 17 trades all together. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 11 winning trades. And so that is going to barely meet that 60% criteria that we are looking for, but meets it nonetheless. 17 trades, that's not a bad number of trades within 1 year's time. Seemed like it was doing rather well. It was hitting continuation trades, which can be extremely beneficial. Sometimes what you'll find is that when a really large trend direction change kind of takes place, you will catch it, jump in, run to the kind of first take profit. It will come back, stop you out on the rest of it for break even, and then take off in that original direction again for a really large, nice move that you miss out on almost the entire thing. And so when you have continuations like this, then if you're not already in a position riding it out, you can either add to, or well, I guess I should say, you can go ahead and jump back on a trade. So go ahead and take another trade in that direction, catching that large, or at least increasing your chance of catching that large trade in that direction. Or if you already have half a position on, you can add some more to it or something like that. So a lot of options there, but all in all, not a bad indicator. Definitely didn't think it would do that well this way just by eyeballing it. And so just goes to show, sometimes you make assumptions just by first glance that seem to be inaccurate. So I think I'll play around with it one other way in my spare time just a little bit to see if maybe it's even worth testing it another way. But I think all in all, since it did hit the win list already, we might just leave it here and go ahead and move on to the next indicator. So, all right, that's it. We'll go ahead and move on to the next video from here.